Hi, my name's Carrie. Thanks for joining this training. We're going to talk a little bit about an exercise that I cannot live without. I do it every single Friday, and it has helped tremendously with the feeling of anxiety and overwhelm, and sometimes just feeling stuck, which I know that happens on a personal level, but also what most entrepreneurs feel at some point in their business, if not often in their business. So I'm going to quickly just give you some scenario. Tell me if you can identify with this at all. Your alarm goes off, you hit the snooze, and again, and again, and again. And it's just one of those days, right? You're waking up, you don't have a lot of energy, you're rushing out the door, you're in your mind thinking you're going to have this one outfit that's at the dry cleaner. So now you can't wear that. And now you're running around trying to find things that aren't wrinkled or out of the hamper. You're on your way out, make yourself some coffee, only to spill it all over your front seat of your car. You're running late all day. It's just one of those days where you just don't feel like you can get ahead. Well, I can't say that I'm going to wave a magic wand and that's going to be, that's never going to happen to you. This is life. Let's be serious. It happens often. But the technique and exercise that I'm about to talk to you about is going to help you be a little bit more prepared so you don't feel like that in your business, right? It's that same feeling of constantly on that wheel of like never getting ahead. That feeling that I just described is often what a lot of entrepreneurs feel. So anyway, I'm going to quote David Allen. He said, "Our brains are meant to have ideas, not hold them." So that actually makes a lot of sense, right? Our brains are just supposed to be ideating, and that's exactly why you became an entrepreneur, is because you want to work in your business and be, creative and do the thing you love. That's why you became an entrepreneur. Well, what often happens is that your mind starts going, and you're like, "Oh yes, I have to remember to do this. Oh wait, I owe a client a response on that." And it just continues, right? It's a snowball effect where you just constantly are feeling behind and overwhelmed. Well, that overwhelmed causes a distraction, and it makes people start to feel stuck, uncreative, and just again be failing. Let's just be honest, right? You feel like you're failing. So, what we're going to talk about is the brain dump exercise. Again, as I said to you, I do this every Friday. You feel free to do this and modify it as you want. The supplies you're going to need for this exercise maybe cost you all of $3. So, it's very affordable and anyone can do this. I'm going to give you examples of how I do it, but please feel free to modify this. If you're not a pen and paper person and you want to do it electronically on your computer or on your phone, feel free. It can be modified to any way. So first things first tool you're going to need is a piece of paper. And what you're going to do on that piece of paper is you're going to just keep it on your desk, right? So the tips and tools I'm giving you are really mainly for when you're working, but this can be applied for personal and work as well. And you'll see why. So you're going to have that list. Now, throughout your day, while you're working, whatever your hours are, you're going to be in the middle of doing something. So let's say that I'm in the middle of drafting a blog. I'm sitting here, I'm writing my blog, in a train of thought, and all of a sudden something pops up. It could be as simple as, "Oh my goodness, I never rescheduled that dentist appointment that I already rescheduled twice. I need to do that." So usually what may happen is if you don't do this exercise, you may stop what you're doing with the blog, get on your phone or look up your dentist phone number, get on the phone with them, schedule something. Now you're in your calendar. Now you're on the hold with the dentist office. You get the point. You're already distracted, and that train of thought that you were using to write the blog has now been interrupted. And now you're going to take even extra more energy to get back into that train of thought. So the simple exercise we're talking about is, "Oh, wait, I have to, schedule that dentist appointment." Great. Write it on the piece of paper. Back to the blog. Do. "Oh, wait, it's almost the end of the month and I've never done the client end of month report that I need to do." Write it down. So you get the idea. You put everything that comes to your mind on this piece of paper. It can even be as much as, oh, I'm reading an email and, oh, wait, I see that somebody's having a training. I really want to institute that. I really want to schedule that, whatever it is, just write it down on your piece of paper. Okay, so we get the point. Now, at the end of the week on Fridays, this is what I do. I take a look at that list. And the first thing I do is I go through that list and I'm like, okay, what do I really need to do? Do I really need to do that training again and just learn more information? Or do I really need to be just doing and implementing? Anything you don't need to do in that list, just cross it off, right? Let it go, let it out of your mind and just cross it off. The next thing is, can you delegate anything on this list? Anything that you can delegate, circle it, star, whatever you want to do, and delegate it. And that's to either a family member, a friend, a partner, your team. If you're in your business and you don't have a team yet, is there something that you can automate that can help with that process where you're not delegating it to a person, but is there something that you can automate to make it easier? Okay, so now we've crossed off everything that we don't need to do. We've circled, starred, whatever you want to call it, anything that you need to delegate. Now what I want you to do is highlight everything on your list that is personal. Dentist's office, buy your grandmother or birthday card, what date night, whatever it is, I want you to highlight it and I want you to start with that first. I want you to put those stars after you've done that, open up your calendar and schedule those. We always start with the personal items first because, we live, no, sorry, I always get this confused. We work to live. We do not live to work, right? That's why we became entrepreneurs anyway, is that we want to have a little bit more of that balance and time freedom. So we here at Structured & Co. really firmly believe, put your priorities in your personal life first. So you schedule that. Okay, now you're left with a list of to-dos. So what you're going to do is you're going to, if you're a type A personality like me, this is going to light up your world. You're going to get colored Post-its. So I use different colors for different things. I recommend you do the same thing. Whatever sparks your joy, do the color. I use purple for learning or personal. Sometimes I'll use green for any income producing activities, blue for clients, whatever it is. Get the Post-its out. Now what I want you to do is take everything from that list and put it on a Post-it note. Then what you're going to do is after the list is gone, crumple up that paper and throw it away. There is a release that comes with knowing, okay, that's all been handled. Now you have all of your Post-its. I want you to put them on a wall or a table in front of you. And I want you to schedule those items. Start with like-minded colors first. So do all of your purple. They don't all have to be done at the exact same time, but usually, the income producing activities or client work or reports or whatever it is using the same part of your brain. So we try to batch them together. They don't have to be the whole time or the whole day, but usually a couple of hours here and there. So what you're going to do is now take those color Post-its and you're going to open up your calendar, either pen and paper or electronic, and you're going to schedule them. They don't have to be that day. They don't have to be that week. They don't have to be that month. But the whole idea of this exercise, and I hope you understand, is that you are now taking something that held up space in your brain, which then also caused you anxiety, which then causes you overwhelm and feeling stuck because you're like, I have so much to do, is now gone. You now can feel confident in your day that you have now scheduled exactly when you are going to do all of those things. So for example, the times that you used to wake up in the middle of the night and realize, oh my goodness, it's the 20th of the month and I haven't even started to think about my client's end of the month report. Now you don't have that anymore because you know that you've already addressed it. You've scheduled it for, I'm making something up, the 28th of the month. You know that you have lots of time to analyze, report, create it, all of that time has been dedicated and scheduled in your day so that you know it's going to be handled. And that alone frees you up for more creativity. And honestly, you're going to find more time in your day because you're not sitting there like, I have so much to do. I don't know what to start first. Nope. You have a clear plan and you know how to address it. One last tip. What I would do is before you end your day, whatever time your day is, if it's at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 6 o'clock in the evening, whatever works for you. Before you do that and you close out your day, give yourself some time to look at your schedule the next day. Pick the top three priorities that you need to get done the next day and make sure that you write that on a piece of paper. So when you go the next morning, not only do you have your day planned out, but you also have a clear plan of what you're going to address. So, again, I hope that helps you. It helps me tremendously just feeling the release of knowing whatever's in my mind. And believe me, there's things going on all the time that I have a plan in place to address them. And I also have the time and dedicated resources to do that. It will release you and it will begin to give you more time in your day and more time to take your business to the next level. I hope you find this helpful. I can't wait to hear about how you're implementing this. Drop it in the comments below and let us know. Let us know if you're using Post-its or if you find some other technique. We're always looking for new ways to stay organized. And we thank you for coming and joining us.